Hi, Namaskar. I'm going to make a video today for an easy chicken korma. Now the chicken has been washed. I nicely washed it 2 times and then put it in a strainer so it can strain off, drain off all the excess water out of it. After that done, it goes back in a bowl. Now 2 things which go in there: the red chili powder or cayenne pepper, lal mirch. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of that, or maybe a little more as I like it hot. And then I'm going to put about 3/4 a tablespoon of salt in it. Now this is not heaped, this is a plain tablespoon 3/4, and then go ahead and mix this up. Now I'm not a big fan of keeping things marinated for a long time, but in this case I need to leave this for at least half an hour, because that's what will enhance the taste of the chicken. All this salt and cayenne pepper, lal mirch will go inside the chicken, will penetrate the meat, and will taste real good after that. So a nice mix, and now I don't need to put that back in the fridge. I'm going to just leave it outside for half an hour. Okay, my chicken's been marinating for half an hour. Now I have cut 2 onions, 2 tomatoes, and few green chilies. Now this is about 3.5 pounds of chicken. 3.5 kg of chicken. So it's about 6.5 to 7 pounds of chicken what I'm using. This will serve a good 10 people. So I've got a lot of chicken here. I've got my pan, a heavy bottom pan which is going on. I'm going to add some oil to it, about like 6-7 tablespoons of oil, depending on how much oil you want. And I'm going to put in some whole spices. This is star anise, chakri phul they call it. One of that in there. I'm going to put about like 8 or 10 of cloves in there. Now I'm putting that in cold oil, because the reason for that is when the oil is cold, you get that taste infused in the oil when you're putting that. And these are whole cardamons, the black cardamons, or badi ilaichi they call in India. I want to split that up if possible and drop it in there, because I want the seeds to enhance the taste of my my meat and my curry. So this I'm going to just break it open and throw it in. I've got like about 5 of these, and as you can see now the oil has started heating up. I'm going to use a little bit of bay leaf too. Now this is the bay leaf, I'm going to throw that in. So any kind of whole spice you have, it doesn't have to be in that precise order. Any whole spice you have, a little bit. I'm going to use some garlic in here. These are some cloves of garlic, and I've got a lot of meat, so I'm going to use about like 8 or 10 garlic cloves. And I'm going to do a quick chop on that. Now the way I do this is chop, there, done, done, done. Once you do that, just go ahead, wrap, chop, and it's done. As you can, now these are frozen tomatoes with the curries. I just took it out, left it out for a minute or so, and as you can see, I can just chop it up. And the good part about the tomatoes like that is it's going to dissolve in your curry as soon as it hits the curry. Folks, today is Mother's Day, and this meal has been cooked for my wife, who's a great mother for my kids. You can, now once that is done, within like half a minute, I'm going to add, the first thing to it is the turmeric powder. I'm using about a teaspoon worth of turmeric powder in there. So that's the first thing which goes in there. As you all remember, the salt and the cayenne pepper was already in the meat. So the turmeric powder is what which needs to be, infused in the oil before you put anything in. Goes my tomatoes. I can show you that how quickly the tomatoes, as soon as the frozen part of the tomato is melting, the tomato is almost dissolving in there. This is how fast this thing will dissolve, as you can see. I'm going to add coriander powder and cumin powder to it. Those are the two powders which are going to go next in it. And also what I'm going to add is yogurt and sour cream. Now sour cream is something you can find all over Europe and US, of course, in US market. But if you are in India or places where sour cream is not there, you can either use regular cream, and again, if you don't have the cream, please skip the cream too. So in this case, I do have the sour cream which I'm going to use, and I'm also going to use the yogurt. So these two things are going to go. Okay, here's my tomatoes. As you can see, they're almost gone. You can't even see where the tomatoes went. So tomatoes are almost dissolved, and at that point I'm going to put my coriander powder in it, which will be, in this case, about 2 tablespoons of coriander, 2 tablespoons of about coriander powder. That's the dhania powder, and about 3/4 teaspoon of, actually those were, that's the spoon, so it's kind of a cross between a table and a thing. I never measure my things, I just go with, the idea of what it needs. And as you can see, that masala is turning out real good. Take a look at the separation of the oil. See how the oil has started separating? This is what I was looking for, and it takes very little time for it to do that. If the only trick to this is, if you are on high flame, make sure that you are always there to stir this up. If you want to leave it on slow flame, you can walk away from it. One more thing which I'm going to use in this is kasuri methi. This is dry vinegary plant leaves, and about half a teaspoon of that. Now again, if you don't have that, please don't think of putting that, because you don't need it if you don't have it. If you have it, that's fine. Chicken goes right in there. There goes my chicken. I'm going to take some yogurt. I'm going to take yogurt. I need about 3 heaps of yogurt in it. I want 3 heaps of yogurt. Actually, a little bit more. So in this case, let's say 4 heaps of yogurt. And then I need the sour cream. And in this case, I'm going to add very big heap, another very big heap, 2 massive heaps of sour cream in there. That all mixes up. Of course, I'm going to reduce my flame now to low, less than medium. And I need a container top to just, that fits right in there. And we're going to just leave this for about half an hour on that, and it's going to just leave its moisture from the chicken itself, and that moisture is going to be that gravy you want in there. And at the end, you can always try to see if the salt and all is right there. If not, add a little bit more, and that should be great. So that's how you make this. And this is specifically my recipe. You won't find it anywhere else on the internet. So please do try it. So now the curry was left on that same heat for about half an hour. And once half an hour is done, that's the end result, how it looks. I went and cut some green dhania and sprinkled on that. I didn't stir it, I didn't do anything with it. It was just kept like that for half an hour. And after an hour I come, remove my thing. The gravy was formed from the juices of the chicken itself and the yogurt and the sour cream we used. So please enjoy it.